The summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair. Walk with me all summer long. We sang a song. Here we go. Wolverine's in. Smokey Loki's here. Big spicy burrito. Oh man, even talking about big spicy burrito right now makes my stomach upset. I had I had a stomach issue the other night that I won't even describe it to you guys. I want you to be able to enjoy at least part of your Monday, and there would be no joy left in the world if I described that to you. Jeff is here, the Gaming Coconut. Andrew, Nani, Theo Silvera, Dark Slaver, Ezra, Will, just dropping by. Two Pro Gamers, the Gaming Coconut. I said that. Mr. Magic, Poppy Black is in. Sensator, Cthulhu, Ryan, Ezra, and TYT. I don't know why that was hard for me to spit out. Yeah, I want to know what among anything else you guys want to talk about. But anime, we've talked about this briefly in the past, and I got trying to think through all the anime I've watched, and for me it's a rarity for the main character, the protagonist, to end up being my favorite character. So I'm curious how often that happens for you guys. Gintama has your favorite as the main Arthur? Of course, you guys know my my exposure to Gintama has been limited to episode 100 and just a few brief clips I've seen. I'm trying to remember back. I can't remember any, hardcore details about the main character there. One Piece for me too. I am C4 minor. That's one of the few, because Luffy is still my favorite character, which is kind of amazing to me because 3D says I can smell colors. You got some good stuff then. Good for you. Hey, Chrome. But yeah, it's surprising with as many characters and as many great characters as there are in One Piece. The fact that Luffy remains my favorite is kind of remarkable. But then he's, you guys know me and my likes. He's got everything that I really enjoy in a character. I mean, look at him. He is the ultimate friend. He's all about standing up for those who are important to you and all that stuff that, while corny, I find to be really cool. Guts. That's a good one, Lightning Rex. I'd have to think back on Berserk. That's not one of the ones I considered. Ooh, I'd have to think that one too hard. Ha! I'd have to actually really sit down with that one and remember all the characters of Berserk to see if it would be Guts. Gon is shit. Well, I wouldn't, Kiritsugu, I wouldn't agree with that. I like Gon, but he's not close to my favorite character. Of course, Hunter Kill is my favorite. And Gon, again, while I think he's a good character, he wouldn't be anywhere near the top. I don't mean characters are boring. Well, not always Palm Tree, I don't think. I'm in agreement with the vast majority, again, of the anime I've seen. Main characters are not my favorite. Berserk is a good one. I got to go back through all the characters of Berserk and decide. I thought Overlord, but Ainz is not my favorite, and Overlord, Sabus is. Sabus is just such a bad. Anybody who just fucking plows through your face with a fist is always going to be a favorite to me of some sort. Lud says Konosuba is so far the only one where the main is my favorite. Out of the 200-ish anime I've watched, mains usually don't have a certain something that gets them to be my favorite. It's funny, Lud, because Konosuba was a tough one for me. But thinking through it, it's close. That one's really, really close for me. I can make a case for several characters in there. Kazuma's a great character. The surprising thing for me with Konosuba, though, you guys, is his main competition for favorite is Aqua. And the reason that's surprising is I usually don't like characters like Aqua. It's certainly not enough to be favorites because of all the whining and everything. But for some reason, and it isn't the looks. I mean, come on, we know that there's plenty of gorgeous women in anime and plenty of other gorgeous women in Konosuba. If it was just on gorgeousness alone, it would be what's her name? The woman who works in the place where they get their missions and stuff. She was stunning. But there's for some reason on Aqua the whole whininess thing. Yes, it's a little annoying, but it's a workable annoying for some reason. Kabuto Desperate says. Huh. Gintoki. Oh, hold on. Anthony says Gintoki from Gintama is my favorite main character, or Lelouch from Code Geass. That's a good That's a good one. Lelouch wouldn't be my favorite from Code Geass. Again, now let me sit down. You know what I'm gonna have to do because I'll forget somebody on some of these anime. I'll have to go through the character lists and I'll tell you for sure. But that's the second vote for Gintama, whereas the favorite character is main character. Shikamaru would have saw the plot of Naruto before the time skip proved me wrong. I would never underestimate Shikamaru, Jason. I like Shikamaru. He's in that category, that rarefied category, because I've been talking about it recently because of Senku, of characters who I like to see think. Let me see something here. Let me just remember a character list before I say for sure. Oh yeah. See, it won't be Code Geass can't be Lelouch for me just because. Wow. Off the top of my head, Jeremiah was pretty freaking cool in there. It might even be C2 for me in Code Geass. I really like C2. I think she was a fascinating character. Ultra Sage says, I'm not a huge anime fan, but my boys Goku and Vegeta are my favorite. And also Shiro from Fate Stay Night. And don't forget Naruto. Those are my three favorite animes. Oh, that's cool. Naruto's another character I like, Ultra Sage. But yeah, he wouldn't. Well, we did the Naruto favorites poll thing, or you guys helped me decide it in a stream. And of course, it came out with Hashirama. But he's a character I really like, but he wouldn't make my favorites. Vegeta's Spaz Kid's favorite. But for me, Dragon Ball, it depends. I had watched the abridged first, and in there, Krillin was my favorite. And in Z, or I'll give it to, for the rest of the Dragon Ball series, it's Fat Boo. I just love Fat Boo. Excuse me. Cheap Jump Scare says Edward Elric, Naruto, Inuyasha. I haven't seen that one yet. And Light Yagami. See, okay, now there, Light Yagami can't be it for me because you got Ryuk. I love Ryuk. He's so easily my favorite in that series. And that's a series full of great characters. But Light, yeah, he wouldn't make my top because on the L versus Light thing, I like Light better too. Edward Elric. That FMAB is one of the toughest ones I've had to sign. I think it's actually his brother. I think it's Alphonse, my favorite in there. There's just that innocence of that voice inside that armor, as well as the badassery. Yeah, he's just a good character. And Inuyasha, of course, I haven't seen yet. Hold on here. Wolverine says, "Can you do some Shao Tucker stuff on Spaz Kid?" Listen, if I had some of Shao Tucker's abilities, I'd have more imaginative things to dream up than what he did to his kid. Kind of off topic. Not really. I think that's related, Ty. Kind of off topic, but this made me think of favorite characters who are villains. That's an interesting one. I don't know if I would have any of them. You know what series that makes that difficult for? Ty is I've said it before, is Overlord. One of the many things that I love about Overlord is the fact that the protagonists, the good guys, are kind of villains. I mean, they're assholes. For if you think about their designs and the way they go about things. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I have any villains who have made the top of my list. But as we keep talking about different series, as we keep talking about different series, it might come up. Food Wars, you can hit Soma as a boss. Food Wars. Food Wars, Food Wars. Okay, let me revisit the character list there because I got to remember who ended up being my favorite in that one. It was a while since I watched it. Um, Gosh, that's a tough one. Um, I really like Soma in that series, but I don't think he would have been my favorite. I liked Megami a lot. I'd have to really think that one through again, but Megami was just a very, very likable character to me. So sweet and innocent, and I really liked her. Might be her. I don't know. That's a tough one. But that one wouldn't be as much as I like him. That wouldn't be a favorite of a main character for me. Oh, I think Lifer might have hit on one I agree with. I'd forgotten about this, and I had a shirt on yesterday, the day before. Koro Sensei is my favorite in Ass Class. Yeah. Okay, so that's another one. That's two. That's one piece in Assassination Classroom. I'm with you, Lifer. Yeah. Yeah, Koro Sensei is clearly my favorite in that one. And Asta and Black Clover, I haven't seen that one yet, is definitely in the discussion. Also, Seiya from Overly Cautious Hero, and Yusei from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS. Cool. I see. Now Saul goes with Lelouch too. Lelouch is a really good pick. Again, not my favorite in the series, but yeah, a really understandable one. Zeno the Wise says that's a good pick. Issei, high school DxD, lives his few men dare to dream and rocks it. And that's what puts him, that's what makes him a loved character for me. But you guys know Kaneko just makes me laugh so goddamn hard in that series. And it's amazing with all the fabulous female physiques in that show. Kaneko is still my favorite character. Just her percentage, I've said this in the past. The percentage of lines she says that just crack me up is through the roof because she doesn't even have that many lines, but they're always spot on. Always just brilliant. I think. Goku Timothy says, "Yeah, again, Goku's a great character. Cell is that got close after Super, but I want to say Perfect Cell is still my favorite villain in that series. Yeah, I mean Frieza really made it close after that. Oh, Vash the Stampede from Trigun, Cthulhu says. Let me go back through those characters again. I had picked a lot of these. I forget who I had picked as my favorites. I don't believe that one was Vash, though. I don't believe that was a main character. It was probably, if I go back through that one again, gosh, that's a tough one. Probably only because he surprised me so much because I didn't like him at first at all. I mean, even a little. Probably Wolfwood. I had nothing but suspicion of him. Thought he was a dick, and the way he came around, I just really like Wolfwood. Arthur says Yu Yu Hakusho, Cory in the House, and Boku no Pico. Jay Sweeney says best JoJo villain is Kira. Could be a case made for that too. Yoshikage Kira is a great villain. Just, I mean, when you talk about just innate creepiness, Kira was the whole hands thing. I mean, how could you not be? How could you? How could you not be a top end villain? Zeno says, I would say that perhaps Deku from MHA is one of the more likable main characters in terms of attitude and drive. Yeah, I agree. The cast in that show is too strong to choose him as best. Right. That's right where I stand, Zeno. He's a great main character. Yeah, I agree 100% on that because I do like Deku, but yeah, he couldn't be my favorite either. Just because well, we've talked before about how My Hero Academia does such a phenomenal job of fleshing out so many characters that it would really be hard for him to, because you get to know so many characters and get an attachment to so many different characters in that show. That one, I've never even come up with an actual favorite. I'd really have to sit down and work on that. Man, there's a lot of good characters in there. I've grown to really like Icy Hot's character. Ida, I think is cool too. He wouldn't be my favorite, but Ida has come a long way for me in that series too. I really like him. Kachan. It's hard not to like somebody that psycho. Nine Tails, Timothy says, because why not? Huh. Panda says, hi, amigo, Uncle Stress. I see it. Good to see you too, pal. Yeah, well, actually, couldn't Kurama, the Nine Tails, couldn't he be kind of the main character since he's contained within the main character? So Chrome says, oh yeah, Giorno in part 5 of Jojo is another instance where the main is my favorite. That's a good one. That's good. Giorno was cool. He's not my favorite, but he was a good character. I still think Jotaro is my favorite of the JoJo's though, I think. Chrome says, for 4 series where the main character is my favorite, probably Katarina in my next life as a villainess, Foss in Land of the Lustrous, Senku in Dr. Stone, and Sakura in Cardcaptor. Ooh, see, Cardcaptor Sakura's, I still consider that, even though I've seen several episodes, too early to have a stone cold favorite. But yeah, she might end up being. Yeah, she could end up being my favorite. I'm gonna hold off on that one though. Yeah, Senku, I like Senku, but oh god, his name's going right on my head. Kaiju. So far, and I still got a few episodes left, but it's Taiju in that one for me. I really like him. He's another character, he's all about that devotion and being with your friend and doing what you need to do for your friend and everything. And Taiju's just cool. One I haven't seen yet. Kenshin Himura, Dark Cypher says. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. Willie says Alucard from Hellsing Ultimate. That's a close one for me, Willie, but I give it to Sarah just a little bit over Hellsing because, again, the reason I think, well, I know the reason she stays at the top of my waifu list isn't just because she's gorgeous. It's her overall character. I love the innocence of the voice and where she came from, who she was, and how her character morphed into the badass bitch that loves cannons that she is. She's just a great, great character. And again, that same thing with, look at her total and complete devotion to Alucard. Master. Second Kenshin, Arthur says. That'll be a good, interesting series for me to see. Oh, let me go back through Kill La Kill because I had a favorite in there. I got to remember who it was. Dylan says, "Who's your favorite character in Kill La Kill?" Personally, I like Satsuki. Let me remember, because again, a lot of times I just got to put the character names back in front of me because of my horrific memory. I'd say it was cool, but it wouldn't be her. Oh, it's Mako. I have somewhere, I don't know where it went. When we're at, it wasn't Comic-Con. It was the Anime Fest they had with Comic-Con, and when we went, I think it was 2018. There was a one of the stands just randomly had this little Mako stuffed figure. I just thought she was cute because she's not a character you see, in merchandise a lot. So I bought it. I've got some more reworking of the room I want to do, and I'll get her hung up in here somewhere. Suave Nino says, any chance for ReZero starting life in another world to show up or be voted into the goose? Well, that's you hit it at the end there, Suave. It all depends on what the gang votes in. At the $1 level, we're staying with shorter series right for now. Eventually, that we'll go to longer form series there. But the reason we're doing that, the reason I'm putting in the shorter ones there, is because we got 2 long series going with One Piece and Bleach. But as far as it being voted in, it gets mentioned in. It's been mentioned in every nomination thread, and I think it went through to the polls in all of them, didn't it? But it just hasn't won yet. Edgar says definitely Himura Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin. Wow, that's the 3rd vote there. Uh, Hetalia, because America is obviously the main. I don't that I'm not familiar with either. So we're getting from Rurouni Kenshin, we're getting a lot of support there, and Gintama for protagonists as favorite characters. Since I read Dr. Stone's manga, Chrome says I'm currently in what will be content for season 2, and watching some of the insane stuff Senku makes that's actually possible is amazing. Well, that's the part of that series that just blows me away. As I've said, they had to have some seriously talented chemists and engineers giving advice or being a part of the whole production of that manga, because it's amazing the shit they come up with. Super Saiyan God Robbie says Lelouch is my favorite, but Code Geass has a lot of great characters like C2 Orange Boy, Suzaku, and Colin. But okay, so saying yes, yeah, that's why I'm saying C2 I think is mine. Yeah, I agree with you. There are a lot of great characters in there. There was always just something cool about C2. Yeah, just a really good character. And now, what about you guys with Cowboy Bebop? Because I think I'm in the minority here. Because for me, Bebop was all about Radical Ed. I just think she's a phenomenal character, and even the way she went out, the way she left, it was so cool with leaving that goodbye note and the happy little walk, leaving with the dog, and just she was just such a life loving character. Oh, okay. Hetalia is an anime about personified countries. I never heard of that one, Arthur. Wow. Yeah. What are the odds that America will be all of our favorites? All of us Americans, anyway. um. The Spike is Spiky Boy for life, Willie says. Yugi Moto and Spike Spiegel. See, I know. You are. Arthur's the same. Ed is best. I knew I'd be in the minority there, but I just Radical Ed. She's so freaking cute. Such a great character. Honestly, I can never get behind Jotaro as my favorite, even part 3. I mean, Polnareff exists, so he automatically wins by existing in part 3. Well, that's the thing, Chrome. Even though Jotaro is my favorite of the JoJo's, Polnareff is my favorite character from that series. He's the one. Well, I've got a couple. You guys have seen. I got a couple of Polnareff T-shirts and everything. He's awesome. Guts from Berserk. Big Green says, "Yep, I still haven't come up. I still can't decide for sure. Let me go back to the character list on Berserk. That's a good one. Definitely not Griffith. You know, it might be Guts. It's close, but it very well might be Casca too. Despite how wildly disgusting and uncomfortable it was what happened to Casca, it might be her too. You know what's another contender for me? And even though I've watched the entirety of the series so far, I haven't decided. But in Mob Psycho 100, it might be Mob. It's really bizarre, but I grew to like Dimple a lot by the end of that series too. Another character I couldn't stand at first, and Dimple. See, I think I give Dimple just a slight edge over Mob as my favorite in that one. Edgar says Mugen and Jin's fave. Jin, a low profile ladies man. That's a good way to describe Jin, a low profile ladies man. Oh, let me think back. I don't know about. Boy, that series is tough because, like you say, Mugen and Jin, just even between those two, and it's tough too with Samurai Champloo because you really have 3 main characters. So that one of those 3 would be my favorite, but I shouldn't say I don't count that one, but to me that one isn't as poignant because there isn't just the one main character to take it. Reagan Alpha Jones, by the end of the series, I liked Reagan a lot. Does L count? Sure. Laquan, let's say for me, he's not my favorite because of Ryuk, but yeah, he would count. Yeah, because that's tough too. Is it well, Light Yagami is probably the central character, the protagonist, but Ella is r right there as a main. Aaron Yeager, that's a good one. Killer Bee, yeah, Benjamin. Yeah, but he Attack on Titan, he wouldn't be my favorite though. He's a good character. Maybe Mikasa in there. Mikasa was such a badass. I mean, I like strong female characters anyway. But not only was she strong, the way she carried that strength was really cool too. I'd have to think it through, but my first instinct on that one, yeah, is Mikasa. Levi was cool too, Benjamin. Yeah. Yeah, Levi was a good character. But I like Mikasa even a little more than him. Does Boondocks count? Sure. Huey is awesome. I gotta see more Boondocks, Arthur. The clips I saw of it, I just absolutely loved. I really need to see more of that. Durara has three main characters. Does it, Vishak? SpongeBob is my favorite anime character. Lego Star Wars best anime. Part Aikuk says. um, Irwin. Yeah, Irwin was okay. He's not near the top of my favorites list. Um, but Irwin was one of the more fast. Well, there were a lot of fascinating characters in AOT, but he was a fascinating character just because of the situations he was in and the way he handled them. Zeno says MHA took the stereotypical bully and the child abuser and gave them depth. That's true. That's quality character building. I agree with that. Are you aware that people on Twitter attack the author for that? Well, it's funny where we stand with Endeavor. I'm really anxious to see. You guys know how I feel about any character who is abusive to women or abusive to their children. So Endeavor is starting from way in a deep mine shaft of a hole for me. So I like the fact that they had the balls to go the route to try and make him acceptable. I just don't know how that's going to play out for me. I'm interested to see. I like the idea of giving it a shot, though. I'm glad they did it. I love Yusuke. He takes no crap. Yeah, he was a really good character. Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu. I went through as we were watching Yu Yu. I went through several. Let me look back. Several different characters becoming my favorite as the story unfolded. Hiei was cool. Kuwabara, I really liked. Koenma was funny. Oh man. I like Botan a lot too. I just got a Botan uh pop up there not too long ago. As much as he wasn't one of my favorites through a lot of the series, by the end it might have been Hiei. Hiei is Hiei was cool. I liked his abilities. The only thing that put me off was I typically don't lean towards the brooding, thank you, Sasuke, characters as much. But understanding more about why Hiei was a brooding character made me like him more. FMA being Hunter x Hunter, Pent Dragon says. So you're with Gon and Edward? Yeah, for me it was Alphonse and Killua. Yu Yu Hakusho was great, Arthur. Yes, completely agree. Fist of the North Star, so good. Yeah, it is, Bob. I'm Marvel Knights sponsoring that one for us over at the Goosh. So I just watched episode 6, so that's a little early to say, but as of right now, that would definitely be Ken. But Kenshiro is such an overpowering character, not just physically, but as a character. He's just so powerful. It's almost difficult for it not to be him, at least early on here. Yeah, because Linda's cute and everything, and Bat's cool. But yeah, that one at least for now. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm with you there, Kenshiro. Hammerface says a little unpopular, but I like Kie, but love Kurama. I don't think that should be unpopular. Kurama's a great character. The Yu Yu Hakusho was loaded with great characters, though. I don't think that should be unpopular at all. Ling was my favorite from FMAB. He was, yeah, Ling was cool. That's he was just, that was my boy John Lovitz. And what an interesting character he was, because he went from somebody who I just had general disdain for to, by the time it was over, I really, really liked him. Yeah, he had a great character development in that show. I like how people start to make JoJo references in the chat. Trigger me, won't work on me, my children. Intellectual says, "Almighty push, Benjamin." Lick says, impossible to say main characters in any character-driven media franchise, anime or not, are traditionally designed and written to not be the viewer's favorite. Oh, I don't know if you could say that across the board, Licks. I don't think, I mean, for me, just my opinion, let's just take Naruto. I don't think Naruto's written to not be your favorite character. I think you're supposed to be behind him. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I just, so I don't know about that. It just seems rare for me that it happens. And I think there are some cases, yeah, where you could say, or even more so, that a main character may not be written to be the favorite, but that another character clearly is written more strongly. I think that happens a lot. Willie says, Kogami from Psycho-Pass? For sure. You haven't seen it, but it's one of the only animes of this topic I can think of. Oh, cool. Zeno, a nurse will be examining you before battle, as long as she doesn't grab my balls and tell me to cough. Yusuke, nurse's hot lady, scratch that. Yusuke's stuff is amazing. Yusuke's a great character. He really, I think that's what Yu Yu Hakusho, because again, you know, I don't have that connection of nostalgia with the older anime since I just started watching anime a few years ago when you guys got me into it. But Yu Yu is what showed to me or taught me that you could kind of have a nostalgic connection to a series that you didn't see a long time ago. It was just because of the feel of it. You know, you can tell it was old school in the animation and everything about it. And it was something new to me, yet felt nostalgic at the same time, if that makes any sense. Because obviously I've always been a cartoon freak, and the animation in anime and cartoons have developed similarly. Let's see. Haven't watched it yet, but Dr. Stone's already my favorite thanks to the ads. Waving Passion says it's good though, Passion. It's really good. I only got a few, well, I got about, what have I got? I think I got about 8 episodes left to catching up to, you know, finishing the first season. Boy, it's really good, really different. That's what I love about Dr. Stone as much as anything else, is that it's just so original. And who the hell is, the whole camera's shaking in my house. The kids are downstairs bouncing so hard. Yeah, Big Green. That's how it hit me. He says, yeah, some series do feel nostalgic from the first watch. That old school animation, and I don't know, even the, you know, the dialogue and everything just had that cool old school feel right from the start. Big Spicy Burrito says, I forgot how to breathe. Well, the thing is, if I ate a big spicy burrito, I would forget how to breathe too. So that's fair. Let's see. Oh yeah, Big Green says, I forgot about GTO. Onizuka from Great Teacher Onizuka is my favorite. Okay, I'm 90% Luffy was already said, but even so, he deserves another mention. Yeah, Money More, because he's one of the few that made it for me too. He is my favorite as well. Oh, excuse me, guys. Yeah, we've established for me Luffy for sure. Koro Sensei, possibly Guts, but that one could go either way. And Mob is really close for me in Mob Psycho 100, but again, I think it's Dimple by a little. Barry says no notification, must be the internet, not Susan. Yeah, Barry. That's what they would tell us anyway. Spaz Kid, we're talking about anime where the main character is your favorite character. Yeah. Deku's your favorite? Is he? Some people mention him. Wolverine says Araki was a fool for killing Iggy, pun intended. Lelouch from Kogias. Well, he got a lot of votes. Will be my absolute favorite anime MC. That's cool. I I shouldn't. It's not surprising that Lelouch is anybody's favorite. I'm surprised that there's that many people who thought to mention that series in specific. Wow, I think we've had more Lelouch mentioned than any other individual character. Chrome says, well, even if you haven't seen it yourself, the old feeling of the animation music will be nostalgic, definitely. Plus, the clothing and style remind you of the decade it was from your youth. Yeah. Well, from my younger days, anyway, Chrome. You got to go even further back than that to be from my youth. That's sad. Kami me. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. Who is that? Who is that one? Cthulhu. My favorite MC was Happy. Tiny Blue Kitty is best kitty. I don't know. I don't know what that's in reference to. Hmm. Panda X says, I think it's because main character needs more development, so they start from imperfection, which gives us an imperfect first impression. For example, Deku Naruto. Could be, but don't you think sometimes, too, that development is what can turn somebody into a favorite character? No, I don't know. Maybe could it be too with main characters? Is it just the natural oversaturation with that character because it's the main character? I don't know. I don't know. Alton says, anyone remember Amuro Ray and Char Aznavour from Mobile Suit Gundam? Damn good storytelling of these two throughout the entire series. Boy, we talked about Alton a long time ago. I can remember you guys talking about Mobile Suit Gundam, and that hasn't come up in ages. That's like a blast from the past just hearing the name again. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna have. Well, actually, Edgar says WD-40 for Spaz Kid's squeaky chair. Actually, Spaz Kid needs a new chair. His I don't think his chair is as annoying as Spaz chair was, but his is getting old. The old man's gonna have to break down and get him another chair. There, it's about had it. I could try some WD-40 on it, but I'm not even sure that it's still passed. It hasn't passed the lubrication is of no effect stage. Young Quizzy says, first time I hear someone's favorite character is Deku, I personally have nothing against him. Most people just feel he cries too much. See, there could be a case for both. I could see Deku easily being somebody's main character or favorite character, and I could easily see someone going, yeah, I can't do it because he cries too much. I do, I have a real passion for his gonna beat all odds, the underdog that didn't have a quirk and all that. So that builds him up a lot for me. But again, so many of the characters in that series are just so well done. She's not my favorite, but another character I really like in there too is Suyu. There's just something about her. She's just so cute the way she goes about everything, and she's a legit badass with her abilities and everything. It's just a great character. Bob says, how would you feel if the next JoJo was a girl? I'd be okay with that, just because the writers of JoJo have proven that that they can tackle any angle and make it entertaining. So if they decided that the move was to go with a girl, I would have trust that they could pull it off. So I wouldn't have a problem with it. We are just talking about that, Brain, a little while ago. Do you prefer Vash the Stampede or Godboy Wolfwood? I would have never imagined this, but I think by the end of the series, it was Wolfwood by a little. And you guys know that watched along with me over at the Goosh. I just didn't like him at all at first. And yeah, he was a character that came around, and yeah, he was great. He was great by the end. Really? Philip says Rias Gremery from High School DxD, hands down. See, for me now Rias is a great one for the waifu list, but that DxD is, as far as favorite character, is all about Kaneko. And I said it earlier. I know we got new people coming in. I'll say it again. It was just Kaneko's batting average with quotes with her dialogue is among the highest of any series I've ever watched, as far as something she says is the highlight of an episode for me. Because again, she doesn't, she doesn't have all that much dialogue, but it's always hilarious. It's always spot on, and it's always delivered so perfectly. That's and in fairness, that's one of the reasons that Saris is my top waifu and one of my all-time favorite characters. Is in both the abridged and Hellsing Ultimate itself, the voice acting for her was so good. I just freaking love her voice. Look says, "Boy, boys, beware! We have a Namek and we know how to use it." The pink guy, best character. Willie, you know me. I sure as hell ain't gonna argue with that. Pink guy is an absolute legend forever. Brothers from Mother says, "What is going on, man? I love your videos. Keep it up, go far and beyond." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Kind of you to say. Philip says, "Just released High School DxD Season 5 trailer. Can't wait." Oh, did they? They just released the trailer? I didn't know about that, Philip. It's got to be censored up, right? I could maybe do a reaction to it on the YouTube channel, or would that have to be over at the Goose? I love High School DxD. Oh no, Season 5 trailer. High School DxD Season 5 release date renewal status. Okay, but where's the trailer? Okay, release date cast. Oh, here it is. Cast plot trailer. Oh, cool. I got. All right, I gotta look that up more when we get done. Oh yeah, I need to see that. Love that series so much. Let's see. Looks says, "I say that knowing that there are some exceptions, but usually main characters are written as vessels for the viewer to be introduced in the respective worlds as characters." Could be. I think there's again. I agree. There's a number of occasions where I don't think a main character was intended to be a favorite. For me, there's also a good number of them where I think they were. At least it's the way they struck me anyway. Uncensored. Arthur says, "In fact, just react to porn." Of course, I remember Revy. Darkness. I can't call her a favorite character though because I haven't seen the series yet. But even without having seen the series, she's still a favorite. Oh, when you look like that and you're that badass, yep, no chance that you're not going to be one of my favorites. Main character from Detroit Metal City is hilarious. Big Green says. Yo Gamer says, "Curtis, TFS Vegeta or normal Vegeta?" Well, see, that's always a hard comparison to make because of the, of obviously the different directions they were each going. TFS strictly for laughs. They told the story too, but more comedic. I don't know. I probably Vegeta would be about in the same place on my favorites list, which is pretty high in both. I don't think there's that much difference, where I would rank them. Yeah, we were talking about Full Metal Alchemist, Benjamin. For me it was Alphonse. It's already gotten mentioned a couple times that Edward is a main character that is a lot of people's favorite character. Winry's a great character in there too. She's not nearly strong enough to be my favorite, but she ended up being a really good character. Barry says, "Well, just thought I'd pop in and hand over my much money." You make me sound like the class bully, Berries. Anime isn't really my cup of tea. Maybe we can do a Minecraft stream tonight or tomorrow. I don't know if I'll get time, Berries, but yeah, there's always going to be one coming up soon because it's gotten under my skin again. I'm really addicted to Minecraft. I want to see what I think next. I might do like everybody said too. I might just go out at night and just fight monsters. That's probably going to be a bad move. Philip says, "Best main character is Kenshi, Earth's strongest disciple." Sasuke from Naruto. He's your favorite, Duck Voice? Of course, he wouldn't be a main character because you obviously got to give that to Naruto because the series is his namesake. See, again, for me, Sasuke was just because when we talk Naruto, a lot of people get the impression that I hate Sasuke, and that's not true. I just am meh on Sasuke. He just he's a good character, but I mean, as far as eliciting emotions from me, he's okay. You know. Yarbrough says in the series Soul Taker, the main character Kyosuke. Did I say that right? It's pretty sweet. Really, Soul Taker. Have we talked about that one, guys? That name sounds kind of familiar. Oh, you know where else might be a favorite? I just thought of this. What do you guys think of this series? Now it's still ongoing for me, so I got to reserve the right to update this because I'm still going through the series. It's being sponsored over at the Goosh. Um, but Miss Kobayashi from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. As much as the dragons are phenomenal characters, I had such a strong feeling of empathy for Miss Kobayashi right away that she's got to be my number one right now. Gerardo says, "Hey Curtis, how's it going? Good, my friend. Good to see you again. I wanted to ask if you could react to the Demon Slayer Mugen Train trailers. If not the first two, then at least the third. Demon Slayer Mugen Train trailers. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Mugen Train trailers. Is that the next season of Demon Slayer? I don't know. It's something that if it's directly related to Demon Slayer, because I'm not actually looking for any new reaction requests at all. But if it's something directly related to Demon Slayer, I might, because I really, really like Demon Slayer. And so I'm not sure what that is. If that's about the next season, then yeah, there's a chance that I would. I didn't know of its existence. Arthur says no Kana. I like Kana's cute. Arthur, she is. She's adorable. I just had that connection with Miss Kobayashi because it's unusual, especially for me, to feel that much empathy for a character that quickly. I just really, really liked her. She seems just so sad, that going through when life has gotten to where you're just going through the motions and your job kind of sucks and you don't really have any friends to speak of, and she just struck a chord with me. But kind of cute as hell. Oh, it's the upcoming movie. Oh, okay. Um, I didn't know that existed, so now that I do, I might react to that. Yeah, yeah, because I would like to see that. The Magan Train is a movie that is canon. Oh, okay, Yarbrough. Yeah, I'd have to. Let me see. Where am I here? Let me go back to this page. Let me just put in Demon Slayer movie trailer. Demon Slayer, the movie Mugen Train. Yep, look at that. Oh yeah, I would probably react to that. The only thing I would have to do, guys, is excuse me. I'd want to look around and see if there are any number of reactions to it, and hopefully they're not getting tied up in, which would be unusual, but is possible, getting tied up in copyright fights over it. If it's just a case of, which is what I prefer, where they just go ahead and third party claim it, so they just take the monetization, that's great. Then I'd be happy to. So I'd have to look around and see what's out there about it. But yeah, I'd like to see that. Miss Kobayashi is the embodiment of life being too average. Yeah, Omega Oof. And that's exactly what really struck me about her. That's why she's my favorite. And again, you got those great dragon characters, and there are a lot of good characters in that series, but something about her. Throw random objects, Braxton. I gotta go. Yeah, Russell. We're trying to cut down on the throw up back stuff because, for one thing, I don't have anything that I keep handy that I really want to take a chance on hitting the floor here. and we've done so much abuse to Braxton, it almost like ran through its course. Hold on a second. Excuse me, guys. Well, this is interesting. I just got a text, guys, from somebody who I have absolutely no idea who it is, with a Hotmail address. All right. I won't give you guys this Hotmail address yet. I don't know. It's probably spam. And they just wrote, "Hi, are you there?" So should I go ahead and respond? I'm going to respond, and I'm going to say no. Let's see if we get a text back. I have no idea who this is. Now, the only reason I'm not giving you the address now, because if they want to spam me, I'll make their address public. I don't have a problem with that. Is just in case it is somebody I do know, like, or it could be, one of the grandkids' friends or something like that, a kid who doesn't know to identify themselves when they text someone. No, we're not going to get a response. It says, "Hi, are you there?" I wrote, "No." Well, we'll keep an eye on it, see what it does. Could just be the wrong. That's another reason I don't expose the name right off. Now, if they come back and the conversation proves that it's spammy, we'll screw with them, and I'll give you guys all the email address it came from. Arthur says, "Last SC, a lot of reactions to Lord of the Rings and Star Wars lately. I think it's safe now. You should check it. Desperately want to see your reaction." Yeah, like I say, I'll look into that, because again, I'm not looking for any new. I just didn't want to give anybody the wrong impression in the chat. I'm not looking for any more reaction recommendations, but something to do with Dragon Slayer. Yeah, I would have to, or Demon Slayer. I would definitely be interested in that. I didn't even know that was around. But let me look into it and see if it seems like it's going to be relatively safe, and then I absolutely would. Philip, good to see you, my friend. Favorite main characters? Tanya. Oh, from Saga of Tanya the Evil. Yeah, because see, now I haven't seen that series. I've only seen the clips. But you guys can tell what an impression Tanya's made on me, because just from those series, a few clips, I thought highly enough of her that, Chrome and I decided, because Chrome makes all our banners for us here and everything. Chrome and I decided to put her on the banner and everything, because she really had an impact on me. I liked her a lot. Immortal Sugimoto from Golden Kamui. Major Makoto Kusanagi from The Ghost in the Shell. Thorfinn from Vinland Saga. Now, that's funny. Now, Ghost in the Shell, I hadn't heard discussion of in quite a while, and we used to talk about that a lot. And then there was Vinland Saga, where I have been hearing a lot of talk lately. I've really gotten, I wish, so I just can't convince my wife to watch more anime with me, because I got her to watch Your Lie in April. I know she's just got this thing. She's decided that even though she liked Your Lie in April, she's not going to be into anime, because I would so try to get her to watch Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid with me, or Vinland Saga, just because of what I've heard about it. I want to see Vinland Saga. Demon Slayer is quite underwhelming. You think so, Andrew? I liked it a lot. I really enjoyed it. Chrome says, "No, some anime from the 70s and 80s you'd probably like for youthful nostalgia. Urusei Yatsura, Saint Seiya, Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third is I've heard of that one, Chrome. I don't remember hearing the other two, but I definitely heard of that one."
Lupin the Third's great.
Is it? Oh, Spice Kid saw that one. Oh, well, Spice Kid, I got to give him credit on that. The ones he's recommended to me have turned out to be really good. Well, all you guys, though, you guys never miss with recommendations. Oh, by the way, Curtis, you looked into that thing about possibly sending the golden model. Oh no, I haven't yet, Chrome. I'll try to remember to do that. I've got a folder somewhere. I think it's right on my desktop of all the 3D stuff I was working with. So I'll double check for that. M4th DJ says, Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate. Great show. Steins Gate's another one, my friend, who that I think, and you Gooshers here can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Steins Gate has gotten substantial support in every nomination started we've had too, right? Yeah, it has. So that one could end up as a series here at some point soon too. I prefer Norway Saga over Finland Saga, Lick says. Would Saitama be your favorite main character? Oh, if you broke into the One Piece universe and just one shot at Arlong and Captain Magma. Yes, Loki. But you know what? I hadn't even thought about One Punch Man. Yeah, that would have that for me. That would almost have to be Saitama by default. Nobody else rises to close to that level. Genos is cool, but yeah, that's another one. So that would be another one where main character is a favorite character is OPM. I didn't even think about that one. I like Minecraft anime on YouTube. Best anime, DOD Rumi says. Chrome says Lupin the Third is a long-running series about a master thief. It's a classic. He likes to screw around with a detective trolling him and stealing stuff. Yeah, I probably would. And which surprises me, but again, it was Yu Yu Hakusho that showed me that the classic anime, even though I hadn't seen them in younger days, really connect with me and get that feeling of nostalgia. Yu Yu was great. Alton says here's another one. Tenchi Masaki from Tenchu Muyo. Yep, that one I haven't seen. I don't think I've heard of that one. Anime SpongeBob, new favorite main. Well, yeah, Edgar, he's just. I mean, when you have the legendary status of a SpongeBob, it's just like, it's he's on the Mount Rushmore of anime characters. Clearly, I haven't not seen Evangelion. Benjamin. We've talked about it a bunch, but no, I haven't seen that one yet. Who's the strange green short child from One Punch Man? You know me, Jack. I'm not gonna remember names. She is above Saitama for me, even though I can't remember her name. See, I can't come up with anybody, Jack. That
isn't she like Tornado or something?
Is it Tornado or something like that? Spaz Kid says. I can't remember. I think you're right though. It's something like that. Some kind of natural disaster. Yeah, but Saitama again. But Saitama's got the thing too, just like I talked about with Sabus. When you got a character that's just got that kind of brute, blunt force, I really like that. So he had a leg up right from the start. It is Tornado, Philip says. Yeah. Fubuki? Oh, is that the character name? Fubuki? It's either Tornado or Tsunami. Cyclone? Snowstorm, Arthur says. It's terrible tornado. Okay. I wouldn't, you guys know me. I wouldn't have remembered. Genos is badass. Frank Man, yeah, he is. I can't elevate him just for me over Saitama though. August is being nice today. Nomi says that's a pretty well. It's caught it up a little here, but pretty decent day out today. The crab dude from OPM, he was cool, Timothy. Yeah, I like the crab dude was cool. Black Clover, yeah, the gang talks about that a lot, Faze Alberto. I don't really know, I can't comment on it. I don't know much of anything about it, but the gang talks about that one quite a bit. Violet Evergarden is fun to experience. I've heard, well, that's the one I believe. Isn't that the one that's such a Christoph? Isn't that the one that's such a tearjerker? I think that's what you guys told me. Oh, her name is Tatsubaki. Okay, thanks, Alton. Andrew says MHA overwhelmed me. I thought it was trash, but I was blown away. MHA is the new Naruto. Yeah, I agree with the fact, Andrew, that MHA has exceeded expectations for me too. If for no other reason than it was good when I started, when it first got into it, it's like, okay, this is fun, good characters. I like the idea of quirks and stuff. But with every season, it's just accelerated more and more. It's drawn me in more and more. Yeah, I thought it was going to be kind of a mid-level anime for me, but it's clearly an elite one now. Philip says Sabus is a bro. Yeah, I love Sabus, Philip. Oh, he's such a great character. For him to be a favorite character for me in a series that has Ainzul Gon, that's saying something. But yeah, I just can't get past Sabus. My waifu for Overlord definitely has to be Nabe, though. I like the cool beauty thing she's got going on. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of great waifu material in Overlord, but you guys know me. Who is the character that I always forget her name. The character that Iron squishes. What's her name? The one that he bear hugs to death. That scene for some reason is just striking to me. It really, really hit me. Alton says, sorry, my mistake. It's Tatsumaki. Always mess up. Oh, it's all right, Alton. No worries. No worries at all. Clementine. Thank you, guys. Yes. That's it. I mean, Albedo is, I don't mean to suggest that Clementine would be anywhere near Albedo as a waifu for me. Albedo's elite. But yeah, just that scene. God damn. And we see lots of, I've watched things like Berserk. We see lots of over-the-top gruesome things. So that wasn't the case, that made it so exceptional to me. It was just the entirety of the presentation of that scene just really, really hit home for me. I liked it. I mean, it was really well done, but that was just brutal the way he takes her out. Oh, I agree, Lude. Clementine was hot. The whole cycles do be hot. No, I agree. Well, you know that one of my potentially, you know what? That could, we were talking about this earlier. If there's one villain who might be my favorite character in anime, we were talking about that earlier, and we're talking about cycles, made me think of it, because Toga may be my favorite character in MHA. That she is just a perfect character to me. That whole crazy ass psycho bitch, those eyes, and that whole stabby thing. God damn, I like Toga. She's nuts. Have you ever seen the time that I got reincarnated as a slime? Oh no, reincarnate. I have to remember this. I have to remember the individual series names. No, not yet. Um, isn't that terrible? How I have to. I'm sorry, I'm looking something else up too at the same time. I have to go back as I'm thinking. Did I see an episode of that, guys? I can't remember now. I don't remember if I saw an episode of that or not. It just seems like no, I don't think I did. I don't think I saw any of that. Because sometimes we'll get individual episodes sponsored at the Goose Show. I've seen a single episode of things here or there, but I don't think that was. Kintaro from Golden Boy, he's hilarious. Golden Boy we talked about too in the past, Van Riley. The gang has brought that anime up to me, but again, that's one I don't know anything about. My favorite villain from OPM was the mosquito chick. I'd let her suck me dry. Cthulhu says. Chrome says, honestly, MHA keeps surprising me with what they're willing to try differently for Shonen. It's to the point I genuinely worry Deku could eventually die in the series. Been a few flags for that series. Yeah. No, I completely agree, Chrome. It's one of those series that with every season, it moves higher up on my list of favorites. And again, it started out, I always liked it, but I liked it more middle of the road at the beginning, and now it's become clearly elite for me. Oh, I was thinking of her sister. Fubuki equals snowstorm. Oh, okay. Cool. Fubuki equals snowstorm. I didn't know that. Gregory says, I mean, you're the one who thought of Katie Killjoy from Has-Been Hotel as a wife. Absolutely. Katie Killjoy's a sick twit. Yeah, absolutely. Demiurge is also canonically a huge psycho. In the Overlord light novels, he has a happy farm where he tortures humans of all shapes and sizes, including children. Yikes! I did not know that, Willie. And I'll tell you, Demiurge, it doesn't really surprise me a lot. I saw some of Shameless, Brian. I had one of our staff that used to work in the house with my daughter was into it, and she got watching me a few episodes. It was pretty good. I didn't drop it for any reason other than just didn't have time to keep up with it. But it was pretty good. Alton says, classic villain, Char Aznavour. He flips between face and heel as much as the Big Show. However, you actually understand his reasons and motives. Really? That's kind of cool. Yes. Big Show used to flip-flop rather significantly. It's funny. They just never really pinned down a persona for him. I think he hurt himself when he first came out, when first hit the scene in the big time over in NWA there, or whatever they were calling WCW at the time. He had that shirt that said something about so big gimmick not necessary. Something he was so big he didn't need a gimmick, and that's not true. And it almost like that kind of stuck with him or something. It's not true at all. You can't be so big that you don't need a gimmick. Even Andre had a gimmick. My favorite anime character, Jack says, was that chick in that hentai I watched. She had spirit. Nice. All right, guys. This was an awesome conversation. I'm glad we did this. I'm going to have more of these streams that are just discussion of specific things in anime, or some where we even discuss specific characters, because I got a few of them. I'd like to see what your thoughts are on the characters. Roy Mustang is near the top of my list for that, and I'll explain to you why. But thank you for the stream. This was a lot of fun. I got to remember to do these more often. You guys have just completely turned me into an absolute anime nerd, so I just get so happy just talking anime and stuff. But we discovered then, so through this, what we have, we determined that I knew Luffy was my favorite character, but also Koro Sensei, and also Saitama, and really close for Mob from Mob Psycho 100. And yeah, really close for Cosmo, although I give it a hair to Aqua. Yeah, this was fun. And it was fun seeing how many. I was surprised to see how many of you guys, Lelouch came right to mind for you. Because I like Lelouch's character, but he wasn't my favorite. But that was a good talk. If you got anything further you want to discuss about this, I do read the comments in these after they air, so or after they go live to the channel. So just put your comments in there. Take your time with it. Just be safe out there. Well, thanks, Alton. I appreciate that. But thank you guys very much for the stream. Thanks for all the interaction. Thanks for again. It's just like when I want to pick a favorite something, I always come to you guys because I know you guys will help me figure out what the favorite is. But it's Monday, so that means it's time for the hopeful sticky stuff. It means we're at the start of a long week, but the sticky stuff, it's in pretty good shape. It's hopeful. It's ready to go. When it spews upon you, it'll make you feel like, yeah, I can do this. I can get through this week. So you want to feel like that? Here it is. Pampu, sticky stuff, hopeful sticky stuff. You're going to feel like you can do it now. Sticky stuff. Do what? I don't know, but you're going to feel like you can do it. Sticky stuff, hopeful sticky stuff for all of you, because we'll bang, okay? Flashly like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, and always hopefully, goosh, 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 goosh. Goosh.